Hi, welcome to Talks and Readings with Matthew. I found an interesting document here. Maritime Choke Points, Key Sea Lines of Communication, SLOCs, and Strategy by Lieutenant Colonel Reynolds B. Peel of the United States Marine Corps, and also Captain John Daly, USN Project Advisor. Basically, the basic idea, and this is from 1997, so it's pretty out of date, but it's still valid. Does US military strategy adequately address maritime choke points, or is there an oversight awaiting an untimely, catastrophic event? The importance of sea lines of communications, or SLOCs, especially choke points, have been constant throughout history. When geopolitical issues associated with SLOCs have been misunderstood or overlooked, the consequences have been severe. The United States needs to ensure that current strategy and resources properly address modern and future SLOC issues. This paper examines SLOC issues and whether or not the United States is properly addressing such issues accordingly. Man's, natural habitat is land, and land dominates his conscious endeavour, social, economic, political, and military. Yet, almost 3/4 of his world is ocean. It is the original source of life for all Earth's species. It is the essential of means of global transport for man's produce, commerce, and military strength. While the world ocean is beyond sight of much of mankind, its influence is ubiquitous. Who said that? Was that Sir Walter Raleigh? Yeah, I just want to... I haven't got it here. We're very much surrounded by the sea here in New Zealand, and especially in Christchurch. We're one of the remotest spots on the globe, and there's so much ocean surrounding us. It's just... Anyway, Sir Walter Raleigh once observed in 1616 that whosoever commands the sea commands the trade, whosoever commands the trade of the world commands the riches of the world, and consequently the world itself. Unimpeded sea lines of communication, SLOCs, are as important today to the economic growth and security of a nation whose critical resources, friends and enemies lie beyond the world ocean. Ocean and sea are used interchangeably throughout this report to designate major water bodies. The world ocean are those contiguous oceans and seas which define the major continents and convey the commerce of the trading nation. The importance of the SLOCs has remained constant. Over 90% of global trade occurs by sea, and the United States depends on the seas for its defense. As the world moves into a new world order, this is written in 97, albeit undefined and uncertain, does US strategy and resources adequately address SLOCs or choke points, or are there oversights warranting redress? This paper will examine the historical aspects of the SLOC issue based on Alfred Thayer Mahan's writings, which underscore the importance of SLOCs, access current issues and foreign policy concerned, access US strategy as it relates to SLOCs, and provide a final perspective on the SLOC issue. Alfred Thayer Mahan, a historic perspective. The historical importance of mercantile trade and sea power are exemplified by the emergence of global nations like Great Britain and the United States. Conversely, failure to understand the important association between mercantilism and sea power have resulted in the great fall of great nations like Napoleon's France. Referenced as Clausewitz of the Sea, Alfred Thayer Mahan's views on naval strategy influenced sea power development of 20th century Britain, Germany, Japan, and the United States. Mahan's writings about the importance of successfully projecting worldwide offensive sea power played a direct role in the victory of the United States in World War II and its current status as the world's sole superpower. Remember, this is written in 1997. Okay, goes on about Mahan. Okay, pretty dry, pretty boring stuff, right? I think it's very interesting, to be honest, but to get to the guts of it, I don't know. Do we have the attention span? Transnational threat, drug trafficking. The international drug trade is an increasing threat to global stability. Blah blah blah. Yeah, right. I think it's brilliant. Bring it on. The United States strategy of ensuring unobstructed transit through choke points, SLOCs, is captured in the Convention on the Law of the Sea Treaty. Though the United States has not officially ratified the treaty because of the seabed mining issue, it has agreed to apply the treaty provisionally. The Departments of Defense, State and Commerce are in full support of this treaty, which is currently being considered in Congress. 1997. Blah 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 blah. Okay. China has already achieved parity with or even exceeded the United States in several military modernization areas, including shipbuilding. The PRC has the largest navy in the world, with an overall battle force of approximately 350 ships and submarines, including over 130 major service combatants. In comparison, the US Navy's battle force is approximately 293 ships as of early 2020. China is the top ship-producing, ship-making nation in the world by tonnage and is increasing its shipbuilding capacity and capability for all naval classes. Land-based conventional ballistic and cruise missiles. The PRC has developed its conventional missile forces unrestrained by any international agreements. Integrated air defence systems are on the top of that too. Oh, that's right, I was going to talk about New Zealand's tall poppy syndrome and hatred for people, or hatred for the mind, hatred for the people whose work occurs inside the brain instead of not with the hands, you know. Kiwis look down on those types. Alright.